Hi, everybody. It's Blastin or Stashin time. It's Friday night. It's me. It's Mike. It's Joe. We're talking about comics. Hey, first time catching you. What we do, Mike. What do we do on this show?
I haven't figured that shit out. It's been like 5 years.
We blast the books we hate. We stash the books we like. We pick up our comic books on Comic Book Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday, or even today. I had to pick up comics that didn't get shipped to my comic store, so I picked up the last two today, but didn't even read them. But so we pick them all up. We give them a good read, and we talk about them on this stupid little YouTube channel here we call Blastin' and Stashin' Comics. So, been doing it for how long now, Mike? You said it's been about 5 years. I think 2016, I think we've been doing this crap. We were just looking through our views and our stats so that we've have almost 8,000 view hours, which I think is pretty good for just three middle-aged dudes just reading about funny books and talking about them. Hey, that's not too bad. I'll take it. I'll take those little wins like that.
You're going to take it, all right.
Yeah.
Take it.
Double S in here, Mars, and Legion. Thanks, everybody. And Legion's here from vacation. I hope his wife, maybe he's in the shitter watching us on the toilet, making sure his wife doesn't know he's watching three middle-aged guys talk about comic books.
Yeah.
I don't know. We definitely appreciate you coming in here, though.
Well, Miss So just popped in here. What's up, Miss So?
Well, Miss So jumped in here, too. Make sure you go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. I'm trying to find the other damn picture. TikTok! I haven't done anything on TikTok in a while. I embarrassed my daughter too much with it. So you can go over to the Blasted or Stash Teespring and pick up a couple cool shirts. You know, we got I like Batman and beer, Poke and Joe quote, and a few other ones we've made over the years. 4 more comments in here. Yep, Miss So and Double S. Oh, what do you want to talk about? First, the last episode of Loki dropped. What did everybody think of that?
Thought it was great. I loved it.
By far the worst Marvel show ever.
What?
I'm not saying the entire season was good, but the last episode was. I did enjoy that. Although it's kind of cheap because everything just started over. And you normally, I'm like, oh, look, you did a time thing, or congratulations, holodeck. But I don't know. This one just seemed cooler. I liked it.
I'm trying to pop this open. No, it says we're live, but it's not here. It's not saying we're live. I'm just double checking that.
I see. I'm watching you.
So I watched it with my wife. My wife's like, we've got to watching the episode. She's like, I am so confused.
Yeah.
What's going on? Now, I'll tell you what, I do not know a whole lot about Kang. I'll admit that right now. But that actor who played him, that kind of playfulness he had throughout, I thought that was awesome. That guy was actually in another series for HBO. Oh, what was it called? It was like not H.G. Wells. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
It was Lovecraft, huh?
Lovecraft County.
Something like that.
Yeah. That was a good show.
Far different character in that show compared to what he is playing for Kang here. But definitely, I like to being able to see that kind of range like that. Huey says, create a shirt that says, Double S says he's down for Pound Town. Is that what it is? Oh, no, not Pound Town. Just down.
Fuck them goddamn sneakers.
Yeah, Bruce Zayas in there. You're ripping him talking about he was a lady because he collects his sneakers. How dare you?
Well, we all got to have our vices.
Yep. We all know about those. Mike, you finally watched Black Widow, right?
How do you know?
Because I think you said something about it in our chat.
You're Spider Grandpa. We know you did.
I don't think I did. Are you watching me?
Yeah.
I did. I watched Black Widow the other day. It was all right. I like what's his name? The
Red Guardian?
Yeah, I like him. I like the White Widow and her very poorly done Russian accent.
Right, it was
holy
bad.
Crap!
It was just a little too thick. It was like,
but it was decent. Didn't like how Taskmaster was portrayed.
God, I hated that. That made me mad. I felt cheated.
but it is what it is. The ending, the deleted scene was pretty cool with Von Tessa Court, whatever the hell her name
Montoya Cortez.
which all this is going to lead. Oh, spoiler alert! If you guys didn't see it yet, it'll lead right into the Hawkeye show. I'm assuming.
Kind of excited about that, but I got a feeling it's all going to be about Hawkeye's daughter because that seems to be the thing we're doing. Yeah,
it's his daughter, Kate Bishop.
Yeah, it's about. Well, I think the series is mainly about his daughter. I'm sure Hawkeye's going to be in there, but it's going to be. I think that he's handing the mantle off of his daughter, take over the Hawkeye for the new. This like they handed Black Widow off to her sister, right? Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the sister's Russian accent was bad, but not the Red Guardian. His is good.
I thought his. I mean, it was better than hers. I thought.
I'll agree there, but
yeah, lucky to me, it was all right. It was one good episode, then it was boring. Good episode, then boring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite out of Wanda and Falcon.
You didn't like it better than WandaVision?
No. At least
really? I did.
I got to look at her as, I got to see the Scarlet Witch. What's her name?
It's one of the Olsen sisters. Excellent. What I really enjoy about this, I was talking to my wife, was how everything is getting interconnected. I mean, they've been away for a while, but it seems like it's more so now. You got the end of the Black Widow, that's tying into Hawkeye coming up. You got end of Loki potentially tying into the new big bad for the MCU, the movies. And it really makes me feel like the movies are the main storyline, and these TV shows are the tie-ins that go along with it. There's little extra stories you don't need to have to follow the whole story, but they're tying in. And I think that's really cool. I don't have to worry about buying all the time. Yeah. Just like comic book.
Yeah, a bunch of single issues and then an epic event. Single issues, epic event. And that's what they're doing. I think that's smart.
Unless you're the Shang-Chi movie, and then you're just a smaller issue.
Yeah,
So,
it's a one shot.
Not a fan of Shang-Chi.
I was watching. I'll watch it for sure. Second trailer dropped and definitely made me a little more excited about it than the first one.
Yeah.
I was watching another YouTube channel, a fairly big, I think, Emergency Awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that channel. I mean, he has quite a few views.
Yeah.
He kept calling it Shang-Chi. And I'm like, dude, you have like over 1 million subs and you're calling it Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
There's no U in there.
I know.
Shang.
Maybe he has a lisp. I don't know. Or something. I don't know. But I think anything else I did this weekend. My after our last episode, my son headed out to basic. He headed out to South Carolina Sunday morning. So he's over there now, probably getting yelled at by a drill sergeant, or in the process of, I don't know if he shipped out Sunday, got to South Carolina on Monday. So I don't think he really starts basic until soon, right?
Right. He'll be in Mets for a couple of days, and then he'll get shipped into the unit. What's going on, Jacko? It's good to see you, buddy.
Oh, I got Jacko in here too. Legion's back, chit-chatting in there. Kind of following up on a chat here real quick. About anything else you guys watch, read, touch, play with, smell?
I finished my Boom Boom arrows and take them out shooting because it rained today really hard. Like, I thought I was going to be able to get out and get those done today, get the filming out, maybe get the video out a week early, but unfortunately it rained. It was all just standing water out there, and that just takes away from the effect. So we're going to pull off on that, but still get it done before, because the deadline's August 1st. So we'll get that done. But I do need the chat's help on my next project. I have a couple of things in mind, but the Evil Lair is your projects. So if you have something in mind, let us know.
Comic book posters are everywhere.
Yep, they are.
You know what I hate?
What do you hate, bud?
I'm not going to mention the YouTube channel. They're a comic book store out somewhere, and they go over and review every fucking. I get it. They're trying to get sales, but they absolutely love every fucking. Oh, this was good. This was good. This was good.
Is that Comic Elite? Because it sounds like Comic Elite.
No.
He wasn't going to mention names. You're trying to get us into a YouTube battle.
It wasn't Comic Book Elite. They actually dislike some of the books they get. They even do their skip-its, which they ream on all the time. So, but
Who's Hammer?
no, it's not Comics Elite. I'm not telling you guys. If you want to know, message me.
Message Joe. Oh, not Joe. Mike. Horrible. Message Joe, too. Maybe you got a question you need to ask to Joe. Maybe a philosophy question you want to ask him in the off-air. Say the name, Mike. Just say the name, Legion says. Unless it's Legion.
It's, you want me to really say it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's up to you, dude.
That was doesn't make.
Get us embroiled in some YouTube controversy here. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get more subs that way.
Yeah.
Infinity Flux Comics in Tennessee.
No, I never even heard of them.
Yeah, they do like a comics from the future thing that they do the FOC books.
Right.
And then when the books come out, they review all the books and everyone. Oh man, this was good. Even though everybody like Reptile, who the fuck reads that?
Right. Like some people may. I don't know. I don't want to speak for everybody. I didn't like
but,
it.
I mean, teach his own.
Early morning, but stopping in to say hello and smash the thumbs up button. What's going on, Gen X grown-ups?
That's John over at Gen X Grown-ups. Definitely appreciate that, John.
Double X, you better not message me. We're FaceTime buddies.
Yeah, that's what you show, faces. Maybe heads, but not faces.
Do I need to get on the phone with Mighty LJ again?
She's not even here tonight. So I used to be subscribed to the. I still have the key collector, but I kept finding myself like trying to chase those keys down. I'm like, dude, I need to quit doing that. So I ended up dropping my subscription to them.
That's why you gotta trust my speculation.
Oh, we're going to go into that today. You have one today, Mike?
Yeah, Clarence with a K contacted me.
Oh, did he? Did he send you a text message on your pager? That's how most of the dealers do it.
That's how we do it. Oh, I mean, that's how they do it.
Oh, okay. So we're getting a little admitting there. Let's jump into the books. Let's do that. Let's get off of Mike's FaceTiming with Double S. Let's go into some comic books. Mike, what do you got for us? Give us your first book.
Already? God damn.
Dude, Double S, you've been killing it with the comeback lately. Good for you, little man. Good for you. Nice. Appreciate that, Double S.
So
they've always been in there. I've just been so afraid to let them out, But now I just don't care. Sorry, Mike.
Let's do a quick one. We'll do a quick one.
Do a quick.
A quickie.
A quickie. A quick review. If I could find the book.
You have to be sexual all the time, Mike? That's why I got to ask.
Aliens Aftermath.
Okay, I better put my glasses on, too, because everybody else has glasses, so.
I know Joey read this. And,
I didn't.
You didn't read that?
No, I didn't pick it up.
Don't bother.
Hey, don't worry. It's not like we have a comic book review show and number one issues is what everybody's talking about.
Well, I didn't pick that up. Sorry.
Aliens Aftermath takes place after the second Aliens movie on, Hadley's Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Like 35 years after, some eco-terrorists want to go down and I don't know why they even fucking land, because they're stupid. And once I saw this new alien, I'm like, yep, you lost me. Fuck you, Marvel. This alien right here, I guess, has cryogenic blood.
He's radioactive.
Whatever. Fuck you. Stop messing with my aliens. Blast. I got a lot of blast today.
What about you, Joe? What do you think of Aliens, whatever that was?
Yeah, I like the other alien story better. This is interesting take on, if an alien gets stuck on one of these worlds where the radiation's crazy, what happens? Well, apparently he glows in the dark. He's a glowworm, basically. It's like, you went that route. There's a lot of intensity to the story. There's no doubt about that. I think the motives of the heroes in it, if you want to call them that, are kind of like those characters from Jackass. It's everything's a stunt and we're eco-terrorists. Oh, fight the man. That kind of attitude bullshit. But for the most part, I was just like, I don't hate it. I don't really want to blast it, but it's going to the dollar auction. That's about the best I got for it.
Legion said...
She even says it's frozen like liquid nitrogen after the thing bleeds on her.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it does say that.
Fuck this goddamn alien book.
Legion said he was afraid Marvel would crap the bed with this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And,
now, the other one that they have going on, the main one.
Yeah, the main story's good. Art's kind of crappy.
That's halfway decent, but we didn't need to do this. Let's not do this, Marvel.
He's a Geiger version of Alien, huh?
That's best way to put it.
Stick to your reptile books or your
erectile books. Is that what you said?
Yeah, your reptile books.
But you don't.
So to throw back a little bit, I think to 2000. Did anybody watch Pitch Black? Do you ever remember that movie with Vin Diesel? Like one of Vin Diesel's earlier role.
Yeah,
what did you think of that movie?
The first one was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. I remember watching it quite a few times. That was pretty good. Now the Pitch Black sequel was garbage.
No, the second one was okay. It was the third one that just got.
What was the second one? I guess I don't remember the second one.
Second one is where the guys, bounty hunters, captured them and they had to escape like that Russian stronghold type place. And then the third one where he got thrown into the pit and it was the girl that he knew from back in the day that acted like a boy. And yeah, that was kind of.
And that's with the whole world, and that was like the sucky movie of the summer, and like sucked all the bad press and everything out, so everything else could kind of rise above, because that was the black hole for the summer. I'll talk about this book. This is one of the I talked about key issue comics, but this was one of the hotter books. I didn't even know. I just picked it up. Called The Never Never by Virus.
I wanted that. I heard that's an awesome story.
It's definitely different. It's a take on Peter Pan, of course. The main girl, she's there. She lived with her mom and dad. Her mom is apparently sick, and she's getting very verbally abusive with her husband, and to the point where he's like almost wanting to leave, but he loves her too much. And she doesn't, she hates seeing her parents argue. And then we get the Peter Pan character showing up saying, "Hey, I'll take you to Never Never," which this version of Never Never is full of cannibals and people who can't die. Like they get cleaved in the head, but they end up surviving. The main character, the Peter Pan character, has a wall full of heads. Like he chops somebody's heads off. The head's still alive, but it's stuck on a wall. And so they're talking the whole time, like he's up there talking to his group and they're saying, blah, 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 in the background, chit chat.
You want to hear something interesting?
Huh.
It's actually probably more closely related to the original Peter Pan story than you realize.
Oh, really? All I know is a Disney Peter Pan.
If you read the original run, like the Never Never Boys or the Lost Boys would actually like decapitate the pirates. Like it was.
Oh, really? Okay.
Lord of the Flies type shit.
But the art's okay. It's like I said, different take on something. Okay, maybe a story that I'm not aware of the Peter Pan mythos for sure. But we do have the Native Americans that are in there too, and they're the ones that are kind of protecting the girl from Peter Pan. He's trying to kill her, trying to capture her. Yeah. Definitely kind of cool, like a sadistic Peter Pan. It's a soft stash for me. I might pick up issue 2 just to kind of follow it through. But like I said, for me, it's a different take on the whole story of the Never, or the Never Boys or whatever, Lost Boys. So definitely kind of interesting. Soft Stash for me, Never.
Yeah, I have to agree with Mars Comics. A lot of these comic books that are coming out that are kind of like a twist on their original stories are actually probably more closely related to the actual stories, because that Disney made everything popular and kind of fun and interesting, and the truth is the older stories were written in a time where things were just a little bit more ruthless.
Yeah. Well, I know if like you look at the originals. Oh my goodness, why can't I think of their name? The original fairy tale stuff were dark and twisted. I knew that. I mean, I don't know like the whole story behind them. I just know that they're darker than what Disney is portraying on screen for sure. There's not little singing to the birds and all that crap.
Big shout out,
yes, Mike
Sparks 821 for joining us tonight. We love having you here.
Can you do that again, Dave?
I do not. That's a one-time thing. I do not do it a second time, as I don't want all the little creatures coming in here and getting on a live show. Grim Fairy Tales, yes. Thank you, Mars. We'll go back to Joe since he didn't talk about it. But he talked about a book, but it wasn't a book that he chose. Go back to Joe. What do you got?
I got let's talk about some shit, son. Let's blast it. I'm gonna blast it hard. So hard. I'm gonna blast it. All right, so this Carnage, Black, White, and Blood. So we're up to issue 4 on this, and it's the same thing over and over again. It's like if you watched a horror movie over and over and over again, when the cat's going to jump, so you're not surprised by it anymore. That's what they did in here. They overplayed their hand. So if you don't know, these are a bunch of short stories, generally 3. They have something to do with Carnage in the end, jumping out and killing everybody. The first 2 issues I really enjoyed. It was great 6 stories, kind of gave us a different take on it. This one was about as generic as it gets. Like we saw Cletus Cassidy, running around and killing hookers and thinking everybody was an alien and then realizing he was the alien. And it was like, that's so predictable. Like it just was not, it did not hit for me. It did not resonate in any way. The stories are just forgettable in it at this point. And really, they should have just stopped after issue 3. Just have a 3-issue maxi, let some writers come in. But no, we got to just take something and ride that train to the bank until it goes broken. That's what they did here.
Mike, do you read that Carnage, Red, White, and Blood? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Red, White, and Blood.
Easy count.
I did not.
Well, go back to you, Mike. What do you got? What's your next book?
Let's do the last issue of Ha-Ha.
Ooh, Ha-Ha.
I didn't get it. My store missed it.
So don't bother.
That was good. Don't bother.
This whole series, there's only been a couple good books, good issues. This one was not one of them. You watch all these other YouTube channels, they're raving on this book. All it is, I guess it has ties to Ice Cream Man. I'm not reading Ice Cream Man, so whatever. All it is, there's a clown in it, go figure. And he's depressed really, really bad. He shoots himself in the head. The end.
That's it?
That's it.
What's he depressed about?
Fucking, he's a clown. I mean, he can't get a job and fucking.
Does his nose quit honking, or what is it?
I don't know. I got another copy coming because, when you get here, I'll let you have it.
No, I got one coming. This I think they got shorted at my LCS. I ordered it already, but I just didn't get it.
You have the Dr. Seuss cover, though?
I ordered the Dr. Seuss cover, yes, sir.
Jesus Christ. The original story of Dr. Seuss is a lot more grimmer. No, I'm joking.
He was a cannibal. He murdered children in his basement. Okay, let's talk about another book.
That's another blast for me.
That's another blast. Now I mentioned this on our Facebook page. I went over there. I took a picture of it. Said, "Now, Joe, if this is horrible, you owe me $3.99 because you raved about it in our private chat." And so I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I went to the other comic book store.
About it.
You said, "Do you get this? You better get this. You better pick this up. It's well worth the $3.99 or something like that." You said.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's going to be worth millions, and so I said I'll pick it up.
Can you break 100? How much do I owe you?
Quit doing that. Quit bragging there.
That's that Jesus money.
Tales in Techno Horror, Volume 1 or Season 1. Sorry. Very simple premise by this thing. It's a whole bunch of short stories. Very much weird war tales or tales from the crypt. Definitely those kind of stories. So, for example, the first story, the guy's deep in the water finding new species.
Great.
And what you thought it was great?
I thought that was great.
So he's finding new species. He's talking about like this fish just kind of chasing him. He's like, it kind of looks like similar to other species we found before, but this one's a little bigger. He goes, I couldn't imagine how big the parent must be on this. And so the fish is following him. He's getting a little nervous. All of a sudden he stops, kind of holds his ground a little bit, and the fish swims off. And he says, oh, okay, well, maybe it's not so bad. And then from behind him, you see this huge mouth getting ready to swallow him whole. It's those kind of stories. They're only like about 4 or 5 pages each, but each one of the stories is very similar to that. Some tragedy strikes. You think it's going to be something simple. There's the picture right there. He's like, huh, that wasn't so bad. You got another one about an alligator in a swamp. You got another one about aliens on a planet. And you got another one about something in a safe, opening the portal to the other world. You got the other one. The other one I did like was the girl who touched Groot. I'll say Groot. I don't know. She turned into Groot, kind of an evil Groot.
Right.
She got wood. Let's just say that.
I thought she was more like a poison ivy, but all right, you go ahead.
Maybe. I'll say she got wood. But that one's probably my favorite. That reminded me of the Creepshow one with Stephen King where he touches the meteor, and all of a sudden now he's growing and growing. Is it rereadable? Nah, not really. I mean, that's the thing I don't think about it. But overall, they were kind of fun and entertaining. Quick little stories. Not a big thinker book by any means.
Nah.
Nothing can pull philosophy out of it, I don't think. But
I'll get to that in a second.
Okay, but what do you think of it, Joe? What do you think of Tales in Techno Horror?
I really like this, and I want to be clear. If somebody doesn't like it, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. I would even understand why somebody would read this and be like, I don't really get it. They're not long stories, but they're actually all the stories were based off of primal fear, that fear of the dark and something being behind you, the fear of your curiosity maybe going a little too far, that fear of people misunderstanding your intentions, right? Like this was, if you take a step back and look at it, they're all based off primal fears that everybody has, right? And that's why I enjoyed it. The writer, they didn't explain it, but the intention was there, and it's really done well through the dialogue and the artwork in this. Again, short stories, very fast, done in the premise of trying to just tell you several stories in a very primitive way to explain a primitive fear. I can't, even the most toughest people I've ever met in my life, nobody wants a bunch of bugs crawling on them and overtaking their body, right? That's just that's creepy, right? And that's one of the fears they kind of play with in here. And I really enjoyed this. I was like, this is so simple and so simplistic, and yet it hits, just those primal things that just kind of make you put a shiver in your spine when you think about it too long. And that's why I enjoyed it. And I thought it was just ingeniously done. And no over explanation, no real plot in these things. It's just, hey, this could happen. And I was like, that is cool. So kudos to these guys. Also, big shout out to Digger Jim out there. He just joined our chat. We've talked on Messenger before. Apparently, he's coming to visit Virginia. Hit me up on the DMs when you're in town. I have no problems with that. May end up taking him, Mikey, to if he wants to come down this way, maybe our honey hole, our secret stash honey hole.
Who are we talking about?
Digger Jim 720 in the room.
Who is that?
He's a really cool cat. I like this guy. Mostly because he thinks I'm funny. So that's the qualifying factor.
That's where you made your first mistake. Yeah, come on down. We'll take you to the stash. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Double S said the fear of Michael not being my best friend, right, Joe? Let's jump on to the next book. Actually, you're up, Joe. Why don't you give us the next book?
Let Mikey do one. I talked long on that one.
Well, Mikey, then do one.
Yeah, it should be a rotation. Just,
ain't nothing to it to do it. Ain't nothing to it.
Shut the fuck up. So, I guarantee nobody's read this. If you have read it in the chat, I'll be surprised. And this is...
I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Oh, no. I didn't read it.
You didn't read it?
Yeah, bullshit.
No.
So, this is the Silver Scream Inked in Blood by the band Ice Nine Kills. If you're not familiar with the band, they've been around since about 2000. All their music is based on horror movies, and the lead singer...
Is that the band we met at Comic-Con?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was Thunder Force or whatever.
Okay. Sorry.
Thunderlust. So he made a book. The lead singer made a book with... it's written by Steve Fox, who's actually... I looked it up. Is the editor on Department of Truth. And art by Andre Esperanza and Philip Sevi.
Esperanza. What a name.
This was awesome. It's a graphic novel. $18.99, I think I paid for it. Basically, it's about a super fan of the actual band who learns the lead singer of the band, Spencer, has murdered his fiancée. Then a bunch of copycat killings happen, and it's pretty great horror stuff. So if you ever see this, are a fan of the band, fan of horror movies, pick this up. Definite stash.
I think we should start our own band based on comic book stuff and call ourselves Thunderlust.
We should be gangster rappers.
You talked about this before in our off-air once.
I'm just saying. We could be a rapping crew phenom.
I am too pale to be a gangster rapper.
Whatever, dude. We're OG.
Stop being racist.
We're old. We're OG.
Oh, Joe, what do you got besides gangster rap?
So, Scream, right? We launched. We have another Scream #1, and as you can tell, it's a Scotty Young cover, which means I have to buy it because my wife collects Scotty. She says she collects them. They're all sitting over here that I've bought for the last 2 years, but I got it. So first off, let me say the art in this really expresses the jiggles. It's the only way I can put it, and I'll show you why I say this. This thing's like not really much left to the imagination of a woman jumping around.
Yep.
She's got her little booty flopping all over the place.
Yep.
I was like, Mama got the shake. I was like, holy crap. So basically, this is a reintroduction into what Scream is now, because it's not what it used to be. It's not the villain in the movie that's coming out. In this one, the symbiote Scream is inside of a character by the name of Andy. Andy's female, and Andy also has magical witch powers and is stronger than her own symbiote, which is stupid. So it's so bad. It is so bad. And Carnage has returned and can apparently call to the Scream because he's creating his own hive, because that's very popular in Venom right now. So apparently we're working up to another event with symbiotes. And Carnage is going to be leading this one instead of Null. But I promise you, the story won't be any different. So for that obvious thing that you're doing, I am blasting this book. Not for its art, because again, Mama got the jiggles in it, but I'm blasting it because it's just a cheap cash grab at this point, and I'm not interested in it at all.
It's funny you mentioned the jiggles on there because I didn't pull this book. It wasn't book. I'm like going to the comic store trying to figure out what else I could potentially get this week, and I picked this one up. And that's the page that I go to. It's the jiggle page, and I said I got to buy it just for this panel. I got to buy it just to talk about the show on how her boobs are just kind of flopped out there. She definitely
Good idea. We should get a great job. And so we should get a shirt with that scene on it and go, Mama got the jiggle.
I mean, even here they're kind of jiggling around, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely some jiggles
everywhere.
Now, I didn't read this book because I bought it. I ended up watching Mike's show. Mike's like, don't even bother. You know, I'll let you go to your review. Didn't you say don't bother reading this book? No, I guess not. Sorry, Mike.
No,
did I spoil it for you?
I think I said that actually.
Maybe it was you then. And so I didn't bother reading it because somebody else on the panel said don't do it. And I'm like, crap, I just wasted $4. But Mike, what did you think of it? Apparently you're liking it, and I'm mistaken.
Yeah, I've always liked Scream. Good to see Doppelganger back. I guess he'll play he escapes from Malcolm X, so I guess he'll play a little bit of a role in Maximum Carnage or whatever the fuck we're calling this storyline. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The art's pretty good.
Art is good.
Yeah.
Good deal. Huey, are you okay over there? Are we boring you? You seem like you're going to sleep. I see you over there yawning.
I think Mark Bagley does the art, if I'm not mistaken.
Me, I'm just tired. I get up at 5:30, go to work, man.
Whatever. Shut the fuck up in your tiredness. What are you tired from? Stepping on leaves all day?
Oh, you think that's what I do all day at work? Is just wander through the forest with my hands in my pocket?
Coke. I mean Pepsi. Sorry.
Huh?
I'm just kidding. I love all of you.
Yeah, you should.
Can we make a shirt that says "Mama got the jiggles" with those Scream on it?
I can work on it. My day consisted of showing the new people how to thoroughly do a deep clean in the bathroom while we have an older lady come up with shit all down the back of her legs where she had shit her pants and walking around dropping little pieces of poop everywhere. That was my day.
Yeah, mental ward?
Well, pretty much, man. What's that, Mike?
I said out here we pay people to do that.
That's a fetish that I don't even want to know about. Let's talk about Beyond the Breach by Aftershock Comics.
Let's.
So in this story here, we got the main character. She's fighting. Not even really fighting with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend sent her a text, and she's talking out loud like she's talking to him on the phone. And you're a fucking prick, blah, blah, blah. Because she finds out that her boyfriend's been sleeping with her sister. Yes.
She actually calls him a bunghole. Who the fuck uses that language?
Bunghole.
I use that language. I call it bunghole. I say bunghole once in a while. Yeah. But as she's getting on a vacation to clear her mind because she does not want anything to do with her cheating boyfriend and her sister who's been sleeping with her boyfriend. She doesn't want none of that. So she's going out driving in the woods. All of a sudden, she crashes her car. She's trying to figure out what's going on, and she sees another wrecked car and some big alien giving this dude head on the ground here. And then we find out, nope, that's not head, that's a bone. But he's eating him by the crotch, eating his crotch. See that? Eating the crotch. But she ends up getting away. There's a kid trapped in the car. Both his parents are dead. She ends up yanking the kid out of the car, saving him, and they run for it. And they catch this little perverted Ewok that likes to jump in toilets. And
Was there a movie called Creatures or Creepers or
there is a little Ewok kind of dude,
Critters?
in here.
Was it Critters?
Critters.
It was Critters.
Was Critters.
But she's trying to get service trying to reach out, and as they're sitting in this bathroom, trying to hide from these monsters that are apparently in this alternate universe she's now in because of the car accident. They start to hear voices. They hear the little boy hears his dad's voice. She hears her sister's voice. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go outside, and there's a big walrus-looking thing out there that's using their voices of their loved ones to try to coax them out of their little hidey hole.
Did you say that thing looks like a walrus?
Kinda. Don't you think it looks like a walrus there?
I don't know. I can't see it.
You see the walrus?
You're on this little
snout?
tiny screen. It's like this big. I can't see it.
Oh my god! Yeah, let me
You're
blow up.
I'm just saying.
There. See the walrus? See the walrus now? Kind of looks like a walrus in the snout there.
Yeah.
Walrus / slug or whatever. But the kid ends up getting, the walrus slug thing has a tongue and ends up grabbing the kid and swallowing him, and that's kind of how the book ends. So they don't know what they're going on. Are they in an alternate world, or have they been attacked and they got in an accident? Nobody really knows what's going on. Kind of weird. Ed Brisson did a lot of Ghost Rider stuff. I think fairly recently. I think he's done some in the past too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soft stash again too. I'd want to find out more. I want to know more about the perverted Ewok.
The movie The Mist.
So,
Kinda.
It's exactly what I thought when I was reading it.
The Mist.
It sounds like I'm smart, but Miss So actually asked that. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I'm not that bright.
There's some weird creatures in it, though. What'd you think of it, Mike?
Yeah, I agree. I enjoyed it. I want to know what the hell's going on. I want to know what the walrus is about. That looks nothing like a walrus, but we'll go with it.
How about the perverted Ewok? I want to know more about him, what he's doing.
I don't
know if he's perverted or not, but
he probably will be.
He probably will be. You don't know what they're hiding under their little tunic there. You never know. Joe, did you read Beyond the Breach?
I have a YouTube show where I do a review. If you would have watched it, you would know this. But apparently I'm not getting any views from you. So now that we know
I watched your show. I got too much going on. What'd you think of it, Joe?
I didn't watch it. I didn't read it. I'm sorry. I don't watch my own shows either.
What an asshole. What an asshole. Now we're back to you, Joe, since I don't know what else you read because I didn't watch your show. So
all right, so let's talk about Gotham Future State, number 3.
Okay. You talk about it.
Anybody?
I didn't read it. Nope, I didn't read it.
Okay. Anime style art, right? Things that need to be detailed or very detailed, and then everything else is kind of blandish in it. And this one we go to Blackgate. Apparently Punchline escapes. This is Future State. This is, beyond what we're reading in Batman now, if you will. So now that they've ruined the Punchline story because we know she escaped from Blackgate in the future through that path, we get introduced, and I want to say introduced by a character by the name of Warmonger, but for some reason it doesn't sound right. I feel like we should know this character. He's very barbaric and stoic at the same time. He's that whole savage, the noble savage type of thing. I'm not really sure. But this whole story was based off the next Batman, that thing. And I've already blasted next Batman, and I thought I gave very clear reasons why. This was an unnecessary character, and it was completely just a marketing campaign. But now we're starting to see it kind of bleed over into this other stuff that makes no sense for him to even be in it because this is a Red Hood story that has infiltrated the Peacemakers. So as much as I liked the first 2 issues before this one just seemed forced, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense of everything going on it. It's like you had a story and then you just kind of went off on a caveat, and that's what this felt like. So I don't even think this is good writing at this point. And I'm not going to blame the writer on this one. I think there's some pressure to kind of salvage what we can through the next Batman in any way, shape, or form. Because if you look at the sales of the comic book, they have dropped to almost, when a comic book sells and only a few hundred of them are selling nationwide, people start panicking. So you kind of want to shoehorn the character and other things to see if you can get some interest. And I think that's all that this is, to be honest.
Miss So said Joe is like the deadbeat dad. He posts his show, goes out for smokes, and never comes home. Part of course.
I don't think you understand how close to the truth that is.
We're going back to Mike. What do you got for us, Mike?
Dave, did you read Skybound?
I did, but I'm trying to remember anything that happened in it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I want you to review that next.
Why?
He doesn't remember what happened in it.
Now, that's the book I got some serious speculation on.
Okay, so
okay.
Right?
Do you want me to cue it up?
No, do your review and then hit the cue, because it would be a segment after you review it. Right?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Talk about it, Mike. Or you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, he wants you to talk about it first. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We got to plan this out a little better.
And then right here in the
chat, we do.
Play the intro, and then he'll talk about it.
I got to build an intro. Right now, all we have is a picture. So in this book, again, we have 4 stories. We have Rick Grimes, 2000, Birthright, Everyday Hero, Machine Boy, and Stillwater. So really, again, I'm just like Mike. I only get it for the Walking Dead stuff. I don't get it for anything else. I haven't read Birthright. I read the first issue of Stillwater, which was kind of interesting concept, how anybody goes in that town doesn't die, but they have to stay in that town. But if they leave that town, I think they do die. But the Rick Grimes 2000, I'm trying to flip through here, and they get the little minuscule alien. He's like really small first, and Rick Grimes like, what are you going to do? You're going to do nothing. And all of a sudden, he just like mutates into this massive freaking alien. And he's talking about how, just because we, rip somebody in half doesn't mean they die. We have the technology to keep them alive. And so Rick Grimes is going all Star Wars on him with his lightsaber, trying to cut him down. But Rick Grimes ends up getting ripped in half himself. But they don't know if it's saving him yet. But we get actually the zombies kind of coming in and disrupting the whole situation during that fight. But we also get the character of Andrea back in. Well, Rick Grimes laying there bleeding to death, got sick out of the back of his upper half. But we get Andrea, the badass Andrea from the TV show, I guess. That's my review of this episode. Like I said, I didn't really read the other ones. Don't remember much about it. But overall, I still continue to pick this up. But now we're going to, since I've talked about the Walking Dead portion, we're going to go into spectacular or seriously spectacular speculations with Mike.
Yo. These are guaranteed.
Guaranteed millions.
Millions of dollars.
Okay, I better keep this book out while you're talking about it. Go ahead.
All right, because you're going to want to flip to the page.
Okay, I will flip to the page. Yep.
So I've been in contact with Clarence with a K again, who, those of you who missed last show, is my inside informant in the comic book realm. So Dave, if you want to flip to, or anyone else who has the book out, let's see here.
Which story are we looking at, Mike?
The Walking Dead story, this page with this right there.
Yeah, the floppy booby lady, yeah.
Yeah, Mama got the jiggles.
Yeah, she does.
Right. This is
Mortis jiggles.
From what I'm told, this is the first appearance of All Ass Agnes.
All ass. How does she get her name, All Ass Agnes?
Well, that's the thing that's going to happen in December. She's getting her own series
called All Ass Agnes.
Well, we don't know the title just yet. it's gonna take place during The Walking Dead. In a place called Comstock, Nebraska, which is, go look it up. It's an actual place.
I'm gonna look up
basically-
Comstock, Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm looking that shit up too.
All right, well, Clarence with a K doesn't lie.
Is Comstock with a K as well?
It's Comstock with a C.
Okay.
All right. Apparently, this book is going to entail her origin as a kid, when she was a kid, her bad childhood, being locked in a chicken coop, being fed dog food.
Holy shit! It's a place. It's an actual place.
All ass Agnes. That's where she's from.
It's
So apparently when she turns 13, she runs away. Joins up with some carnies and does a lot of heroin. At 19, she becomes a stripper at an Oriental strip club called Ping Pong's.
Okay, you ready for this? That's actually the name of a strip club that I.
Then the whole Walking Dead zombie apocalypse happens, and her friend, the one-legged hermaphrodite named Pogo, they decide to head east. They feel it's safer there, and the series in December is going to tell the tale of their adventure. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's her first appearance, right there.
So I looked up All Ass Agnes here. Let me find it here. And I did find a picture, and it does look somewhat looks like her. Let me find
Clarence
it here.
with a K does not lie.
Is that her? That kind of looks like her. That's in
I don't know,
pre.
I have to see her from behind.
Okay.
Next on the show.
That was seriously spectacular speculation with Spider Grandpa. Nice. Okay.
Good segment, buddy.
Go, Joe. What do you got? You want to talk about?
I don't know how to even fucking follow that. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know either. All Ass Agnes. I don't know how to follow that either.
It's not hard.
Let's go. Most of this stuff was kind of boring. Oh, let's talk about this. Yeah, Sinister War. I know y'all picked this up.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Really? Okay, good. All right, so Spider-Man's been a little lacking lately, if you've been reading it. It's been very convoluted. It's been very just boring and convoluted at the same time. I didn't even know that was a thing. But this was actually decent. Like this, my expectations going into this were so low. So low. And the fact that they kept referencing everything else that was going on in the comics or in recent runs, it was just kind of, I don't care about it. So Mary Jane's been over in Hollywood. She's been working for Mysterio, not as Mysterio. Apparently he made a movie where he was making fun of all of his buddies back in the day. All of his buddies end up with a problem with it, and they're going to come fuck some shit up at the movie premiere. And then guess what? Some other villains come in. Now everything's separated by 6, possibly 5 in here. And I say that because one of the groups wants Mysterio to come work back for him to complete their 6. So you got the Savage 6, you got the Sinister 6 so far, and then you still have another 3 other groups divisible by 6. That's a lot of math for a comic book, but that's okay because I like math and I'm fine with that. I catch that kind of stuff when I read it. And this, as an intro, it gave me the characters that I really like. It gave me the villains, as a guy who loves villains. It gave me the villains I really wanted to see back in comic books again. And it kept off of all the BS. And we're trying to make, I think the writer's doing his best to make Kindred a cool character. Because they screwed the pooch on Kindred. They had so much opportunity. I said it here on the show. I was like, you got so much opportunity and you just made him a flashback. But now we're kind of reworking Kindred into being something a little bit more sadistic. Let's see if they can take another shot at it. So I'm kind of okay with this for right now. But I got this sneaky suspicion that it will probably drop off when they do that. Oh, the and I don't mean to be like sexist or anything like that, but there's a female team of 6 characters that are, and one of them is Jackrabbit or Rabbit. That team that they introduced, like we know that they're going to be in this, but like they're kind of like they're written as a joke, and it's just not that interesting. And I hope they don't really do that in here. I hope they kind of make them badass, because if they do, that would be really cool. But for right now, I'm actually gonna. First time I've said this in a while. I'm actually stashing a Spider-Man book.
So it sounds like it might be like Sinister Shark Week or something with the 6 female villains. Is that what it is?
No, I think it's more like a cycle team, a minstrel cycle team.
A menstrual cycle team.
That's a joke. Don't everybody get mad at me for telling
Woo, you're in trouble now. Let's quickly talk about Joker number 5.
That's okay. You didn't want to hear my opinion on that book anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right?
I'm sorry.
Like,
That's right, Mike. You did read that. I'm sorry. What do you think of Sinister 6 or Cycle 6? Or
it was good. One big thing I hope they're gonna, I think they're gonna remedy is the one more day shit.
Yeah. Probably not. It's probably just going to get skipped over.
Well, he was about to, I'm assuming, propose to Mary Jane. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, he is about to propose, but he's tried that like at least 8 times now.
But I enjoyed it as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure I don't. Miss asked in the chat, we're running out of time. Any books you want us to talk about? Any of you reading God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes? I haven't. That came out last week or the week before.
Yeah,
I haven't.
didn't catch that. My comic book is kind of limited on what they bring in.
But so that was a follow-up to God Killers, right? That was the one about the team going into the Middle East, and it was about like an ancient being that was like, it was like the team was like an American, a British guy, you know, all different sorts of people on that specialist team, I think. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe it's just a different.
You know what? I'm going to try to find that. That sounds like something right up my alley.
I think we read that God Killer, the first issue. You actually liked it.
Yeah, I did like it, and then my comic book shop just stopped carrying it. It's weird about number ones in my shop. It's weird.
God Killer comic.
Someone mentioned Nottingham.
Did you read this week's? Did one come out this week? I don't know. Again, something I can't get, and I'm getting
number 4 came out this week, and like whatever printings of 1, 2, and 3 came out. So I ordered the whatever printings of 1, 2, and 3. Bought 4, so I'm gonna read them all. I heard it was outstanding. So
right. Yeah, we talked about Aliens Aftermath. What do you got there, Huey? You gonna talk to us about a book? What's going on, buddy?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking up at God Killers and see if there's something.
So while he does that, I'm going to talk about Barbarella number 1. Also, my meat and potatoes.
It is. Oh man, we don't have meat and potatoes. Let me see here. Is that that's a cosplay variant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cosplay variant. It was the only one I could get. Normally, I don't pick up this kind of stuff, but this, if you're not familiar with Barbarella in a comic book, you have to understand, like, it's the whole thing's a parody. It's meant to be funny. It's meant to be kind of a sort of Mary Sue type parody, and that's the whole thing of it. Because her special skill, if you will, as being a hero, is being sexy and attractive. That's her point. And man, and today, 2021, I couldn't help but picture this in my head. I was like, it's like a Twitch e-girl today. Like, she literally goes into a restaurant, and like, she's a beautiful woman. So when she goes places, she's used to being like seen and recognized and even fawned over, which has always been Barbarella's kind of shtick throughout history. So here she comes into the restaurant, and she's like, "Why isn't anybody recognizing me? Boobies." And I was just like, "Oh my god, this is it's a twitchy girl." It's like, "I'm in a bathtub in a bikini. Let's socialize." It was like, it's great. It's funny, but it's meant to be a joke, and it's not meant to be a long read by no means whatsoever. This is a couple of issues, and then you dump it type of thing. It's just meant to be fun and poke fun at everything that's going on. So for that, I'm gonna stash it, but I'm actually throwing it into the auction. And it's Nick's Kicks and Comics in here. What's going on? He allowed me to come on to a live stream today while I was working, actually, and kind of sit around and chit chat and have a good time with those guys. And it was really fun. He's a funny guy. He knows funny people, and we're all just.
Does he collect shoes?
Yes, he's a sneakerhead and a comic book head. Like, that's his thing.
I don't think so. I think you're lying.
Not. It's literally in the title of his show.
He says, "Allow, you blessed my stream." It's like you're the Pope over here. The Pope. He's the fucking Pope. Joker number 5. I picked up the punchline variant cover on that. So this one here, I don't know. It did not have any. Well, I guess it had Joker. Yes, don't get me wrong. But it's like a backstory.
Not really.
It's talking about like the first time Joker's arrested and how he's taken to Arkham and how Commissioner Gordon's trying to convince him, you cannot be put in with the general people. He has to have his own cell. This dude is crazy. But all the dude really wants is some pie. I mean, really, that's all he wants is some pie.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't agree that that's all he wanted.
No, I get that. I'm being facetious. Okay. But overall, I don't know. I like the story of all the villains coming to get Joker. That kind of ended that storyline. I think it was the last one, when they sent the other bad guys off crying or whatever. But I prefer that story over a backstory to Joker and his like first arrest and how Commissioner Gordon and Joker's relationship is for over the years. So overall, it's kind of a story that's just carrying on to carry on the story. Nothing super exciting happens in there. Fillers. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Filler.
I disagree.
Mike, you disagree. Hold on. Let me go to Mike real quick. Mike, what do you got?
I didn't read it yet.
Okay, then Joe. I guess you get your floor, Joe.
I disagree. I think you missed a very key part in here. That cannibal family, like we kind of find out that they actually have a sick motherfucker in their family who had to have his own cell and heavily medicated. That was the whole point of the other stuff. Now, let me be very clear on this. I do not like this issue. I don't like a random flashback issue for no reason other than to retcon a character that doesn't fit in any timeline or anything else. And that's all this issue is. But we have the cannibal family that we've been reading in Joker. They're one of the villains that are coming to get the Joker. They got a problem with the Joker. So now we're starting to understand what their problem with the Joker is because they retconned the person in the cell and they wanted Joker in the same wing, but the family paid for him to be there. There was a whole financial status thing going on in it. And that is completely garbage and stupid. However, I think going forward, we're going to find out that this particular character that's in the cell, he's not one of the brothers that actually showed up there. He's not something we've seen yet until here. So we may very well have a first appearance. By the way, I love that pop right there. If you end up with another one, I want to cast that in bronze because that would be badass in
bronze. Did you read the backup story, the punchline story?
Yeah, about halfway through, and then I was like, "Oh wow, this is boring."
Yeah, I didn't even bother with it. Didn't even bother.
Yeah.
What did everybody else in the chat think? Did you read Joker number 5? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it filler issue? What do you think? Oh my goodness! Let's go ahead and do it. Where is it? Where's my stuff?
I gotta pee.
Oh,
I'm gonna go pee.
there we go.
You do what you gotta do.
Let's do the lightning round. Mike, what do you got for your lightning round?
Lightning round already?
Joe is pole dancing.
What?
Go ahead.
All right, lightning
What do you
round.
got?
Silver coin number 4. I absolutely have no clue what happened in this book. I know worms come out of your eyes and hack your bank account. Yeah, blasting that silver coin.
Whoa, you loved Silver Coin. Silver Coin was your shiznit.
Yeah, I don't like this issue.
Okay.
The Cimarron, or however you want to say it, the man eaters of Zambaguga.
Zambonis?
Did you read that too?
No, I didn't read it. I just flipped through it. There was a lot of boobies.
Yes, there's a lot of everything. But the art, it's decent, but the art for me was bad. It's so small is the word I'm looking for. What the hell happened to my... Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'll be picking up any more of those. Bunny Mask number 2. Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on in that book? Detective Comics, probably my pick of the week that I've read. Love this new villain, Vile. He's pretty cool. He's got like a toxic centipede growing in his abdomen. Thor number 15, Thor's back, and this was good as well. He can't lift his hammer again, and oh god, I got an itch. Sorry.
How about lifting hammers?
Lifting hammers. Thor was good. He's not a warrior no more. He's a king, so he's not worthy. And yeah, Spider-Man, Spider Shadow, number 4, still good. Books I haven't read. This is Flash number. No, this is the 2021 annual. This sideways Brett Booth cover.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
This is the only one my shop had, so I thought it was pretty cool. You guys just talked about the Joker. TMNT number 119. Haven't read. Justice League Last Ride number 3.
Oh, that was good.
Infinite Frontier number 2.
Yeah.
War of the Bounty Hunters number 2. Dr. Aphra number 12. War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in. Action Comics annual. And last but not least, Batman the Detective number 4. I guess it's another sideways cover. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. Who knows? What about you, Joe? What do you got for your lightning round?
I have quite a bit. So, Infinite Frontier, I liked this for the most part, but this detective lady, Cameron, she's kind of a bit. It is what it is. But we're leading up to an epic event. We already, right off the cuff of Leviathan into Twisted Metal, into yet another big event. The problem is, are they just going to kind of drop it off like they did like in an issue where they just destroyed everything? I don't know. Hopefully the writers will get put Randy on whatever the last issue is, because at least he'll make it interesting. Justice League Last Ride, we're finding out the whole future state thing where the Justice League doesn't exist anymore. We're kind of leading up to that. We're on a apocalypse. Unfortunately, that was a bad decision. Everybody wants Lobo, and they have him, so everybody's coming to get Lobo. They're attacking. Let's see here. Detective. I like this. I like Worth. I like the feel of this comic book as it's rolling through and telling its story. I've really been enjoying this. However, this was an in-between issue for me at this point. So not much to say there. Action Comics. Hey, remember when Future State gave you that House of L thing in a multiple universe that was tied into a multiple universe that was tied into a multiple universe that they're trying to centralize into one universe? Did that make sense? There's a story for you. Detective Comics. I'm really digging this. This is a super stash for me. Batman in this becomes like a 007 type character, looking all gruff, rough, and older. And he's kind of angry, but he has contacts all over the world. And let's be honest, having contacts all over the world, that's how you know you're rich. Super Sons. I'm just enjoying this for what it is. Good banter, good story plot to it, extremely short stories, just having fun. And then they kind of bring on some things for nostalgia in it. It's kind of an in-between thing. But when you read as many comic books as I do, this is probably the most refreshing thing that I read, and I purposely keep it in between a lot of long books with very long and drug-out stories, just because I want some humor and a little funniness. So I've been enjoying this. Batman Urban Legends, because at this point, if you can keep track of all the Batman stories together, God bless you. But basically all you're getting in here, Cheer. Well, we find out who Cheer is, what's his origin, what is he, and the whole 9 yards adding up to that. Come to find out, he's just a depressed guy that wants everybody to be happy, and he's so high on his own stash, which was funny that Batman kind of brought that up. First rule in drug dealing, don't get high on your own stash. And that's pretty much what he is.
We're getting like 3 more Batman books, too.
I know. It's ridiculous. Jumping into Marvel, War of the Bounty Hunters. This was an in-between issue for me. For some reason, everybody's at the auction, right? We already knew that was going to happen. But then we got poor people there. And poor people shouldn't be allowed into auctions because really...
poor people shouldn't be allowed to buy things. Damn it.
Yeah, because you're not going to buy Han Solo, right? So we got Dr. Aphra in there, who's apparently going to try to steal it. We got Layla because of nostalgia. Also with Layla, we got Chewbacca because nostalgia. And then we got
Eric Clapton?
Carizian.
Yeah, Layla?
Yeah, Eric Clapton?
I thought I said Leah. No, that
Leia.
was
Leia.
Doesn't matter at this point. Because really, we're just going to cram a bunch of characters in there to get you to read it. Don't be a sucker. I read it for you. You don't have to.
It has pissed off our audience.
This is my pick of the week, and I'm so sad because I lost track of time and I didn't get to talk about this. This is awesome. Thor is losing the power of his hammer. You want to know why? Because he's not a warrior anymore. He is a king, and kings should do the things that kings do and not the things that peasants do. And unfortunately, he's running around trying to be a warrior. That's the problem in this. He's not living up to the title he owns that he tell everybody he has, and yet he wants to play games. So think of this as a wise old man wanting to try to skateboard. That's what he's dealing with in here. Go ahead.
No, that's me. That'd be my dumbass trying to get
I get you. And then, like, the whole thing with him and Captain America battling again, it wasn't Thor. It was just the hammer being a dick. Right? Because it's acting out. And when you do childish things, the thing about children is they act out. So the object is childhood. Thor is a wise old man, and Captain America is being kind of the in-between in it. And I really want to get into that. But yeah. Hey, this is a convoluted mess. Again, I still say the writer that wrote this never had sex and doesn't really believe in anything. The reason why I say that is because if I could, quick analogy. So think of a cart, a person, a donkey, and then a carrot, right? We've all seen that picture, right? So the cart is the work, the man controls, the donkey does the work for everything else, and then the temptation and the passion to do the right thing is the carrot. The writer doesn't understand that in this because there's no carrot, and he's ignorant. Second stash of the week, Savage Hearts. This is, again, just a fun read. You got the rogue scallion lover who falls in love with Mama who's got the jiggles, and she's got the jiggles in this one too. A lot of jiggles this week. Mama got the jiggle in this one. Pan, basically the character in it, falls in love with her. decides to work with them on a quest, but really they're going to their ultimate demise. And the sad thing is, my comic shop's not probably going to be picking up issue 2 or any more of this, but I was super happy to read this one. So Savage Hearts #1, good story. That's other than, do you want me to show my pickups?
Sure, if you want to.
Real quick, some pickups that I picked up today. After I got done with all the shows and everything today, I did a little comic book shopping. I picked up Candy #1. Ooh, I love this book. It's a good story. Superboy, number 132. First appearance of Supermode. If you don't know about that, it's kind of an obscure reference, but it's fun. Superboy number 171. First appearance of Aqualad. Let's see here. Superman's ex-pal, the new Jimmy Olsen, number 133. This is the first time we hear about Apocalypse and understanding the world.
Apocalypse?
And how it works.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Some people reference this as the first appearance of Darkseid, but he's not in it at all. So I don't know why they do that. It's weird. And then the big pickup of the week, the big steal of the week. I'll even tell you how much I spent for it. Surprisingly, I only spent $100 for this book, and it's the Blue Beetle with the first appearance of The Question. Super big steal this week. Guy worked a deal with me. It was super cool, and I'm super to have that in my collection. I had one once a long time ago, and then I had kind of the Winston version of it, but this is the original first appearance of The Question, our first new Blue Beetle from back then, Silver Age. So I'm super happy to have that. Big thumbs up.
What I didn't read, Justice League Last Ride #3. I picked up that cover rather than that Darkseid cover. I like that one better.
Yeah.
Bunny Mask #2. Just picked it up just because the first one was kind of like so I picked up the second one, still kind of So Tetra Comics, yeah. The Vile storyline's pretty cool. I definitely dig that. Batman the Detective #4. I do not like how Batman's drawn in this. I do not like the whole crew cut Batman. I do not like I don't mind the grizzled Batman, but it doesn't look like Batman. Sorry.
Looks more like a Wolverine.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Super Sons or Challenge of Super Sons, not as good as that first run of Challenge of Super Sons, but still, it's kind of cool. Like you said, Joe, it's the interaction between Jonathan and Robin. So that's what's cool about that. And of course, it's not necessarily about him becoming a king and not a warrior anymore. It's about erectile dysfunction. He can't get it up anymore. He goes to talk to his buddy in secret to see, hey, man, I'm having this problem. Can you help me out here? Can you get me some of your little blue pills? Give me some of that super soldier serum I need to be able to lift my hammer again. That's what this is about.
If you need to, if you're throwing out a call for help, man, you can just hit me on the DM, man. You don't have to put it out there.
Those are my books. I'm sticking to it. Joey's still holding out for DC to change Kite Man to Glide Man.
They need to. It's Glider Man. They're stupid.
Anything before we bounce out of here for the evening? Anything else?
Yeah, let's just hang out. Oh,
yes, Mike. What do you got?
Don't forget to buy your Skybound X #2. First appearance of All Ass Agnes. So says Clarence with a K.
This call her AAA.
Yeah, and don't forget about the comic book awards.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to be selfish and say please vote for us, but there is a special category in there that legitimately describes us.
What is it? Three assholes that don't know shit.
Ongoing series. 5 years.
Yeah, I guess we qualify for that ongoing series for sure. And we really haven't changed our format very much in 5 years either.
We add and take away things, but at the end of the day, it's just middle-aged men talking about comic books. Your friend. We care about you, the fan.
We care. We care.
So go buy our T-shirts.
Miss O says she went to the link, but wasn't sure how to fill out all the questions. Just put Blastin or Stash it in every single category, and
you don't do that.
I'm sorry.
The website is actually set up to where you can go in there and vote for what you want. You don't have to vote for everything, and then at the end just hit submit. Just add the shows that you want to add. And I'll be honest with you, between Blastin and Stashin and Legion of Comics and DJ Links, and you have a lot of you. I see you in the shows, so I think a lot of the cats in there could have a lot of opportunities to be shared. Oh, let me show you my new haul. You ready for this? This is awesome. My wife just brought them in for me. Special order through Wawa. Now, if you don't know, I love Hertz crab chips. You know those Old Bay chips?
Don't know what they are. I'm in Oregon. I don't know what those are.
Mikey, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You ready for this? They come in
Captain Marvel.
They come in cheesy foods too.
Oh yeah, I saw those.
Old Bay cheesy foods are fucking awesome. They're the best thing ever. My wife bought me 4 bags of them.
Dave, do you like Old Bay?
I love. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Dave.
This not out here. We don't have Old Bay out here.
You got Old Bay. It's your grocery store. It's sold nationwide.
Nope. I never have seen it.
Really?
Never. Never have seen Old Bay.
The
Old Bay.
seafood seasoning?
The seafood seasoning? I don't know.
That's what Old Bay is.
I don't eat seafood, so I totally skipped that out.
Yeah, but you can put this on chicken, steak, like Old Bay. It's Cajun food.
I'll look up Old Bay and I'll take a picture. I'll post it on the Facebook page if I find it.
You know what? Don't worry. You're coming.
Might find Old Hag, but
you're
not
coming
Old Bay.
to Virginia. We'll take care of you.
Okay.
We will fix this impropriety of Oregon.
I had a steam pot last night. Crystal made.
Oh, Sparks is popping off with he doesn't have it in Chicago. Now, I know that's incorrect.
Now, that's not the name of the chips. It's the seasoning.
It's a seasoning. It's the little can. Never mind.
Yellow can. Never mind.
We'll put out a very special video for everybody, and we'll get it over to Huey to make sure it's on Blaster. You know what? We will fix this.
Hold on. Stay right there.
Oh, we got to stay right here. I'm trying to think of anything we might have out here that you don't have on the East Coast. And nothing I can really think of.
I've been to the West Coast, so.
Yeah, I guess so. Aggressive Relaxation says he just got done. Finished watching Space Jam. Said it was so stupid, he loved it. That seems very...
seems fair. Yeah, Old Bay, man. Old Bay can go on anything. It's awesome.
Sorry, I don't recognize it.
The brand is Old Bay. That is the brand of seasoning. It's a very special company.
Old Bay Seasoning in Oregon. See if it pops up, huh?
Walmart sells it. You can buy it in Walmart.
I could buy it in Fred Meyer. It looks a little different.
Well, there's different containers.
Yeah, this is like the old school container I'm thinking of. See, I'm not the only one. This must be a Mandela effect because nobody else recognizes it.
I don't know who Mandela is. I know who Mandela is.
That's what I said, Mandela effect. Did I say Mandela? Whatever. I'm tired. I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning.
It smells so good.
It smells. You could take that shit like cocaine. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Does it take the fishy smell away?
What?
Never mind.
You can put it on chicken and steak and other things.
Buttered corn with Old Bay.
I use salt.
Yeah, it's got salt in it. It's a. You know what? I think it's time to end the show because you're just depressing me now.
Spark says it's available on our shelf right now at Walmart. Dump some Old Bay in a low country boil, and you got yourself a party.
Yes, sir. You do like aggressively relaxing gets it. You want to spice up a
Look.
party?
Lived in the USA. Apparently not.
No. I love it. I'll send a picture of my favorite spice on
What, mayonnaise?
Yeah, we know what mayonnaise and salt.
Oh, mayonnaise and salt. Fuck you guys. We're getting out of here. With the Blastin with a Stashin, happy reading, and we'll catch you guys next week. Where's our damn outro? Let's do this one.